It is absolutely a creative difference. I mean, between Anberlin and what I'm doing now at the church, for me, it's both were for God. They just look different. One is on the platform in front of a church, and one's in front of a festival in the middle of Europe. And even though I know people say like, preach at all times and when necessary use words. But now I feel like I look back at that time and I was like, man, God gave me so many opportunities, even off stage, even though Anberlin was like not a quote unquote Christian band. It was so cool. Like people would just walk up to me. I had this crazy experience where a guy, we were touring with him, it was day one, and he made a beeline right for me and said, I just got off cocaine, can you keep me accountable? And I was like, who are you even talking to, And it was just, but God kept doing that time and time again. So though the mission is the same, it's a different platform. So it's definitely a difference in creativity, but I love it, man. It's at the end of the day, I lay my head on a pillow and just say, man, I met human needs. I reached out. I tried my best to make a difference in people's lives, and that's such a great feeling. Well, I'm a big fan of like being able to take an acoustic guitar and play all your songs. So it's not so like EDM that you need Skrillex on stage to like pull it off. I don't believe in that. But I love big sounding bands. I love like we're not a Christian. I like that one band, nameless. No, I'm just kidding. Like Led Zeppelin or Coldplay or just something big. I love that kind of feel where it just feels bigger than yourself. I've always been attracted to that. So that's what it's kind of going to go for. Obviously modern elements, a lot of things that I'm influenced by now musically and stuff like that creep their way in just because it's so intriguing to me. I like Stranger Things, and so like even one of the beats that we were writing, I was kind of like, can we make this a little more like this TV show? I just like, I'm captivated by really unique sounds and nostalgic. So I have no idea. That really just touched 80s and 70s, so that sounds like it's all over the place, which it is. But that's kind of my forte. Yeah, somebody challenged me to write a book, and I really was kind of like, I ran on all these tangents and thought of all these stuff through, but then I was challenged about what is the summation of your life? Like if you could look back, and for me it was hope. Like, I was that kid that had no friends. I sat in the back of the class. I wore all black because I just didn't feel like I fit in. But the Bible says like the foolish things in this world confound the wise, and that's me. I don't deserve any of this, man. This red carpet, that's a joke, man. I got horrible grades. I was the outcast of everything, the black sheep, you name it. But see, I think God was preparing me and saying, I've got bigger and better things. And now I look back at the life and the things that happened in my childhood and I go, there's a reason for that. It's because like now the downcast and the downtrodden, they mean the most to me. When I'm at a show and I see somebody in a wheelchair or getting picked on or whatever the case might be, or by themselves, I like drag them on stage because I'm looking at a reflection of myself. And so the book is just about hope and about not counting yourself out, because if God can use me, man, God could use literally anyone for the next 20-mile radius, Find me on Twitter at Christian Music, or my Facebook, Stephen Christian. And I'll be putting out a record next year. So, yeah, keep up. I'd love to hang out.